In this video, we're going to be taking a look at exporting our design specifically for Make the Cut and also WinPC Sign. Now, these two programs are programs that I have used myself, and both of these programs have something in common, and that is the inability to import an EPS file that has multiple colors. So what we have to do when we export our designs, when we're using WinPC Sign to cut to our vinyl cutter, or when we're using Make the Cut to cut to our vinyl cutter, we have to prepare these files in a special way so that we're able to bring these files into Make the Cut or WinPC Sign and be able to use them effectively. And here is an extreme example where we have lots of different colors in this particular soccer ball flame design. And now what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and select all the elements that make up this design, come over here into Easy Stone, and we're going to choose the Export EPS option. Now, we can automatically add a weed margin, which of course we would typically want to do. So we'll go ahead and add a 1-inch weed margin, and then we have some options here that we can pick and choose from. So one of the options is to choose a complete composite, or we could choose, we're going to just output by color, and we can either choose combo or individual. And I think what we're going to go ahead and do is, and generally when I export, I usually will export both versions. So we're going to do a complete export of an EPS file, and then we're also going to do a combination file, and you'll see what that combination file is in better detail once we actually export it. Alright, and we can choose to add registration marks or not. I'm not going to choose that option, so we're going to go ahead and just export this. So we're going to do color separations into a combo file and a complete file. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll choose export. And we just have to wait just a few seconds while it's doing the exports. And now the export is complete. So we'll go ahead and hit OK. And this is the result that we actually get. So you can see we have all of our color separations here. 3 different colors for our flame and 2 different colors for the ball. And then we also have our complete composite as well. Now if we look at our desktop, let's take a look at the desktop here and see what we have for files. You can see we have this Untitled 1, and that was because that was the name of the CorelDRAW file that I was working with. And then we have this other file called Untitled 1.1. So this file here will be the complete file. So watch what happens when I import that into CorelDRAW. You can see we have one complete file with all the colors and our weed box, right? Now let's see what happens when we import that into Make the Cut. So when I hit File and choose Import, we're going to choose the EPS option, and we're going to just come down here and find that Untitled 1 and open it up, and you can see this is the issue with Make the Cut. It does import the file perfectly, but the colors are not color separated, and so obviously that's not going to be very useful when we're cutting our templates out with Make the Cut. So then the option that we have here is to import an EPS file, and you can see down here we have the 1.1. Now we actually have all of the individual colors that for each template that we would need to cut. Now how do we prepare this file properly here and Make the Cut? Well, the first thing that we have to do is let's go ahead and right click on our object, and we'll choose Shape Magic, and then we'll choose the break option, or we could choose the Control B option. And also I want to point out the join option, because that'll be the next thing we're doing, which is Control J. So watch what we do. We're going to break it first, and it takes a moment to break them all apart. And now that we've broken it apart, we can select each square group, and let's use that keyboard shortcut of Control J. Okay, and that will bring all the individual rhinestone holes as well as our weed box now as one object. Alright, and then we're going to just do that all the way down. So we're going to select that. We're going to hit Control J. Now that's just one object. We're going to select that, right, and hit Control J. Now that's one object. And just keep scrolling all the way down till we do each one. Select this, Control J, and finally select this, and we're going to hit Control J. Alright, so now that we've done that, what we need to do now is we need to select all of our files. So we can just keep selecting, hitting our Shift button as we go up, and Shift button, and Shift button. Now that we have all of them selected again, let's right click on them again and see what some of the options are here. Down here we have the Align and Space, and we have the vertical centers and horizontal centers. Let's choose H for horizontal centers. And if we can keep remembering these keyboard shortcuts, future designs, it's going to be much easier just to hit the keyboard shortcuts than to keep looking for them. But if we hit horizontal H, you can see what it does. It actually stacks them all up except for this one that we didn't have selected. So maybe we should do that. And let's just hit our keyboard shortcut H, right? And then we can move the whole lot up to our mat. Okay? So now you can see we have all of them. Basically, they're stacked right on top of one another. Now, the next thing we can do is come over here to where it says default layer, and to get this ready for cutting, we're going to right click on this and we're going to choose this option, to each its own, and it's going to take every object and automatically put it on each of its own layers. You can see that. So we have the 3 colors of the flame and we have the 2 colors of our soccer ball. So of course we know that if we turn off certain templates here, it's only going to cut just that one template that's left on, and then we would turn that one off and turn the next one on and cut the next template, and so on and so forth until all of our templates were cut. Now of course we want to save this in the make the cut format, so if I come up here and choose file, we'll save as to the desktop, and we'll call this soccer ball with flames, so that if we ever need to recut this template, we don't have to go through the process of recreating our make the cut file. So you can see it's a fairly easy process, but it's just something special here in make the cut, and we have a similar process for WinPC Sign as well, because it can't import a multicolored EPS file. Thanks for watching.